Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to properly dry persimmons at home. This is a great way to preserve this delicious fruit and enjoy it all year long. There are a few different ways to dry persimmons, and I'm going to show you two of the most popular methods: air drying and oven drying. I'll also share some tips on how to choose the right persimmons for drying and how to store them once they're dried. So, if you're interested in learning how to dry persimmons at home, then be sure to watch this video. Persimmons are a delicious and nutritious fruit that can be enjoyed fresh or dried. They are a good source of vitamins A and C, as well as fiber and potassium. Dried persimmons are also a good source of iron and calcium. The best variety of persimmon for drying is the Hachia persimmon. Hachia persimmons are large and have a firm texture, which makes them ideal for drying. They also have a high sugar content, which helps them to dry quickly and evenly. There are three main ways to dry persimmons: in the oven, in a fruit and vegetable dryer, or in the sun. To dry persimmons in the oven, preheat the oven to 175 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Celsius. Wash and dry the persimmons, then cut them into thin slices. Place the slices on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Bake for 8 to 12 hours, or until the slices are dry and leathery. To dry persimmons in a fruit and vegetable dryer, follow the manufacturer's instructions. Generally, you will need to wash and dry the persimmons, then cut them into thin slices. Place the slices on the drying trays and dry at 135 degrees Fahrenheit, 57 degrees Celsius, for 12 to 24 hours, or until the slices are dry and leathery. To dry persimmons in the sun, wash and dry the persimmons, then cut them into thin slices. Place the slices on a clean, flat surface in direct sunlight. Cover the slices with cheesecloth to protect them from insects. Dry for 3 to 5 days, or until the slices are dry and leathery. Choose ripe but firm persimmons. Cut the persimmons into thin slices, about 1/4 inch thick. Dry the persimmons in a well-ventilated area. If you are drying the persimmons in the oven or a fruit and vegetable dryer, check on them regularly to make sure they are not drying out too quickly. Once the persimmons are dry, store them in an airtight container in a cool, dark place. Dried persimmons can be enjoyed on their own or used in a variety of recipes. They can be added to trail mix, granola, or yogurt. They can also be used to make persimmon bread, cookies, or jam. The first step to drying persimmons whole is selecting the right fruit. Look for firm, ripe persimmons with no blemishes or bruises. The variety you choose will depend on your personal preference, but some popular choices for drying include Fuyu, Hachia, and Triumph. Once you have selected your persimmons, wash them thoroughly and pat them dry with a clean towel. Some people prefer to peel their persimmons before drying, while others leave the skin on. If you choose to peel them, use a sharp knife to carefully remove the skin, leaving the stem intact. To dry the persimmons whole, you will need to hang them individually. You can use string, twine, or even clothespins to attach them to a drying rack or clothesline. Make sure the persimmons are not touching each other, as this can prevent them from drying evenly. The drying time for whole persimmons will vary depending on the variety of persimmon, the humidity level, and the temperature. In general, it will take 2 to 4 weeks for the persimmons to dry completely. You will know they are done when they are firm to the touch and have a slightly wrinkled appearance. 1 kilogram ripe persimmons, 200 grams sugar, 100 grams walnuts, chopped. Wash and dry the persimmons. Cut the persimmons into thin slices. In a large bowl, combine the persimmon slices, sugar, and walnuts. Mix well and let sit for 30 minutes, or until the sugar has dissolved. Spread the mixture out on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Bake in a preheated oven at 100 degrees Celsius, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, for 2 to 3 hours, or until the persimmons are dry and slightly sticky. Let the persimmons cool completely before storing them in an airtight container. Wash and dry the persimmons. Cut the persimmons into thin slices or wedges. Arrange the persimmon slices on the trays of your fruit and vegetable dryer. Set the dryer to a temperature of 50 to 57 degrees Celsius, 122 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Dry the persimmons for 12 to 24 hours, or until they are dry and leathery. Let the persimmons cool completely before storing them in an airtight container. To speed up the drying process, you can pre-slice the persimmons and then freeze them for a few hours before drying. If you are using a fruit and vegetable dryer, you can add a few drops of lemon juice to the persimmon slices to prevent them from browning. Dried persimmons can be stored at room temperature for up to 6 months.